I've been meaning to do this for a couple of months, and now seems like as good a time as any. Um, Ignore my background because this is my art studio and it's a mess right now. I'm working on making Christmas cards for a lot of people. Let's talk about starting a YouTube channel. It has now been 3 months, and I should back up from there. I should say I started wanting to start a YouTube channel 5 years ago, and I kept chickening out, and I kept thinking, oh, I need expensive equipment. One thing or another kept stopping me. Oh, it's going to be too hard to do all the editing. I don't know anything about video production. Who would want to know anything about my life? There's nothing special going on here. What other excuses did I use? A lot of them. I had a lot of excuses. I'll do it when I lose weight. I'll do it when I go back to Alaska because I can come up with a lot of Alaska content that people would be interested in seeing. But my just day-to-day here with my grandkids isn't that exciting. So May of 2023, my youngest son was getting married the end of June in Wisconsin, and it was going to be 5 states away. And I thought, okay, now is the time that I could start a YouTube channel because I could film flying by myself and hotel rooms and those things. Well, then I started researching and discovered, number one, I've flown by myself with the wheelchair before. It's not pretty. And then when you get there, almost no areas have wheelchair accessible taxis. If you do, they call it medical transport, and so then they want to charge you ridiculous amounts to take you 5 miles. I think when I went to Salt Lake City, I had to schedule it a month in advance, and it cost me $70 to go 7 miles from the airport to the hotel I was staying at. And that's if you have a state that has those available. So I started looking at Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my options there as far as transport, as far as renting a van. And the more I found out, the more I thought, no, it doesn't make sense for me to fly because I'm still going to have to get from the hotel to the wedding venue and all those things. So I decided I was going to drive. I was going to drive all the way there by myself. It's a 12-hour drive, and my plan was to do 6 hours and then stop for the night, and then the 6 hours the next day, because I'd never driven that far all by myself, and I was a little nervous about it. I'm always nervous about what the bathrooms are going to be like in hotels because I should do a whole channel just on hotel bathrooms, because what they call wheelchair accessible really very rarely are. But so that was my thought. I'm going to drive it, I'm going to film it and show the hotels and show what you have to do at gas stations. Every gas station will pump gas for you. You just have to ask them, and somebody will come out and pump the gas. So I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to film this trip, and I'm going to show everybody that you can travel across country by yourself. 5 states each way. So I went out, and I thought I needed equipment. I went and I bought a GoPro. Not just any GoPro, I got the Vlogger edition because it's got this little handle with extra battery life, and this opens out, can also be a tripod so you can set it up. I think I spent $700, and then I also bought the mounts because you want to have the little mounts. You can put them on the front of your chest so that it shows exactly what you're doing. No, you don't need it. Don't spend the money on it. My daughter was a professional photographer. she dug out her old camera for me and said, here, Mom, a lot of people use these when they make YouTube channels. This has video and it does pictures and all that. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, this sucker is heavy. So carrying this around, even if you have a strap around your neck, that would be like a millstone. It's so big and bulky. No, you don't need it. Don't spend the money on a professional camera. What else? I bought this little jobby thingy. Isn't that cool? I think I've used it once because it just didn't really do anything special. I bought, let me think of what it's called now. Gimbal, I think it's called a gimbal. Okay, so you put your little camera in here and you turn it on, push the little button, and this little tracker thing follows you around. So it looks like someone's holding a camera for you, even if you're moving. It tracks your movement and films. This one is more useful than any of the other ones I bought. I thought I needed expensive software, and I needed to learn how to use the software. Before I could upload videos, I needed to look like I actually knew what I was doing. Let me tell you what it all comes down to. This is my iPhone. My iPhone is always with me. This is my selfie stick. It's pretty much always with me too, because it can fold flat and it fits in the back pocket of my wheelchair, so I carry it whenever I'm leaving the house. This extends really, really far. I don't know if you can even see how far it extends. I can go way back here. 95% of everything that I do is with this selfie stick and my cell phone. The other 5% is my iPad. I set up my iPad on a table, on a stack of books. Right now I'm sitting in front of my iPad and I'm filming. I'm then using the free version of CapCut. There is a pro version, and if I ever get to the point where I'm making money from this, probably I'll go ahead and pay for the pro version, just because I can use extra fonts and stickers and those kind of things. But so far, everything that I've done, I can pretty much do it with an iPhone and a selfie stick and an iPad. I do the editing on the iPad. I don't have to have a big fancy computer. That was another thing I thought I needed to have to be able to do all my editing. This GoPro has software that comes with it. It's really not that user-friendly. GoPro also gets hot really easy, so you set it up on the tripod, and I couldn't tell you how many times I tried to record something and it shut off. After about 10 minutes, it would just decide it was hot for whatever reason and would shut off. And then you have to upload it to the software that goes to the GoPro and then extract it from that software into CapCut to do the video editing to be able to upload it to YouTube. It's a whole lot more work than it needs to be. They told me this microphone was so much better. I've recorded side by side with this and my iPhone without any extra microphone, and I could not tell the difference on sound quality or anything like that. If I were making a big fancy documentary, sure, I probably need fancy equipment. But for the average person, if you're just starting, don't spend the money. Don't spend it on fancy cameras. Don't spend it on fancy editing software. Just don't. Okay, so this is a new day. It's a new dress. If you happen to have seen my video yesterday, you will know that my wheelchair broke on me. And so I was out of commission for a few days. I was unable to get back to filming or really even working on anything. So it's taken me a little bit to get a loaner chair and to be active again. But I want to wrap up this video by saying, if you've ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, just jump in. It's going to take you a little bit of work. It's going to take a little bit of learning. Your first videos are probably not going to be great. If you go back and look at my first video, I already can see things that I could have done better. Don't spend expensive money, expensive amounts on cameras and all the equipment that some of the professional channels or ones that have been around for 10 years have. Go with what's user-friendly. I found that CapCut is the easiest to be able to figure out. And I mean, I'm computer illiterate. I've been on computers, gosh, my whole life. My mom was a programmer and ran the big System 34s and everything that took up an entire room. So I don't consider myself dumb, but there are some stuff that's just more intuitive than others. The bonus of using a cell phone is that you always have it with you. I was never the kind of mom that carried a camera everywhere or set up staged events just to be able to take pictures. And I don't really want to be the kind of person that stages events just to make videos. I'm trying to keep it real as to what my life is like on a day-to-day basis. So when I would take my kids places, I live in the moment. I just do the activities and I don't think about grabbing my camera. And I'm kind of struggling with that right now too, is after I finish something, then I go, oh man, that would have been a good one to film. Oh man, I wish I would have remembered to get my camera out. So if you have your phone with you and you have a selfie stick with a tripod, then when you happen to be somewhere or something going on, you'll be more inclined to just set it up and start filming right then, as opposed to if you're having to carry a big camera bag and extra stuff. I mean, I'm sure there are some channels that that's a great idea for. But if it's just about your life, if it's just about baking or grocery shopping or what it's like to live with triplets, whatever is going on in your life, just go with it and play with the software and you'll figure it out. It's not as hard as you think it would be. Anyway, that's my video for today, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you got something of value out of this. If I can answer any questions, or if you think that other people might want to see this video, please share it or give it a thumbs up so that it helps other people to notice my content. I will see you again on Monday for Make It Monday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.